Hello everyone, my name is Apple Guy, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Professor Layton and the Curious Village. In the previous video, we explored around the manor a little bit. We were directed by the butler to go and find Ingrid, because she might have some information about the whereabouts of the golden apple. We are officially beginning our search, and that means we need to go and find people who can help us. People like Ingrid. Oh, goodness me, but is it Mr. Layabout, was it? The name's Layton, madam. That's right, Mr. Layton. What can I do for you, sir? Earlier we were talking about the butler at the Reinhold Manor, and he mentioned you used to work there. We'd very much like to hear anything you know about the Baron. Heavens me, you want to hear about the Baron? I'm afraid the only stories I have are from when I worked at the manor, and that was ages ago. That would be ideal, madam. Would you mind telling us one? All right. Well, I suppose I could tell you a bit about the Baron and his former wife. The way Master Reinhold and his wife would carry on, they almost seemed to be like children. I've never seen a man so in love as Master Reinhold was. When she passed away, Flora was all the Baron had to remember her by. So he raised that little girl with all the love and care a child could want. The things he'd bring home for her, toys from all over the world and teddy bears as big as yourself. He was in high spirits in those days. He really wanted to give her 2 parents' worth of affection. So where has Flora gone? Your guess is as good as mine, sir. I have no clue where that girl went. She left the mansion well after I stopped working for the Reinholds. Some say Lady Dahlia put Flora on the street to keep the family's riches to herself, but that's nonsense. After all, Baron cared so much about Flora, I can't imagine he'd allow her to do something like that. You know, you just reminded me. The grave of the Baron's late wife is located in the manor garden. I wonder who takes care of it now. The Baron's former wife is buried in the garden. Thank you, madam. You've been extremely helpful. Luke, let's head back to the manor. I have a hunch that grave might hold a clue we're looking for. Alright, well let's go find said clue. Hey, look. Who's that over there? Huh? Oh, look, it's Matthew. Good day, Professor. Were you able to track down Ingrid? Yes, we did. In fact, we were just speaking with her. I mean no disrespect, but she said the grave of the Baron's late wife lies on these grounds. Do you have any knowledge of this? Lady Violet's grave, sir? I was just about to visit it myself. Would you mind if we came along to take a look? Not in the slightest. Right this way. Here's the entrance, sirs. Please watch your step on the way in. How lovely. Full screen because I want you guys to see the absolute majesty of this art for just a little bit. This is Lady Violet's grave. Gosh, this place is really nice. It's not creepy at all. The late Baron, rest his soul, told me to keep this place in proper order, and I've tried to do so. Here sleeps Violet, my one true love. The statue looks so much like Dahlia, it's hard to believe it's someone else. Back when Flora was just a little thing, Lady Violet used to take her to the park in the town. Some of the flowers in the garden grew from the ones Flora planted here for her mother. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the Baron's journal. It should still be on the desk in Madam's room. It's possible that it might contain some information that could aid you for your search in the Golden Apple. My thanks, Matthew. I'll be sure to give it a once-over. Now then, Luke, we best be heading to the Reinhold Manor. What a nice little room! I enjoyed that very thoroughly. Although we don't get to return there, at least not freely, because it's not on the map in a place we can access. Let's head up to Dahlia's room to go and find said journal. Let's see, it should be in the desk in Dahlia's room. Oh, there it is. This must be the journal that Matthew spoke of. I have to admit, he seems to know where everything in the manor is. There's something about reading someone else's journal that just doesn't seem proper to me. However, the investigation must continue, so... Plus, it's a late man's journal. It's not like he's still alive. We're not, like, snooping on him. The craftsmanship of it is simply remarkable. It reminds me of Sweet Violet when she was alive. What do you suppose it refers to? Flora doesn't like the thing at all. I've seen her run away from it on multiple occasions. Recently, she spends more time playing by dear Violet's grave than anything else. I'm sad to say I doubt Flora will ever take to it. I can't blame her, as I've changed its memory. I felt terrible forcing that change on Flora, but I just couldn't bear to see it like that anymore. Violet, there can never be another one of you. You were my first, my last, and my only. Changed its memory. I'm not sure what the Baron means. This is clearly vital information here. I collapsed some days ago and have been bedridden ever since. I feel as though I failed Flora as a father. I can only hope that when I'm gone, the people of the village look after Flora and care for her as I did. You must have been terribly ill. It seems I am not long for this world, and the time has come for me to say goodbye to my little Flora. I've left everything in Bruno's care now, Flora. I pray you find happiness in this life. I've disclosed the location of the secret place in the note that I've left with an old friend. It is my most fervent hope that the seeker of the golden apple finds it and grants my dearest wish. Professor! Baron Reinhold's old friend. We must seek out this person, Luke. But Professor, how can we possibly find that person with nothing in this journal to go on? Haha, it's like I always say, Luke. Any good investigation starts on the street. We'll just have to ask everyone in the town about the matter. What? I mean, of course, you're absolutely right, Professor. Let's get to it. Of course, any good investigation also needs direction. Let's start out by asking Ingrid a few questions. She seems to know a great deal about Baron Reinhold. Alright, we're going to go ahead and head over to Ingrid, but real quick while I'm walking over there, well, I'll stop here for a second. I want to mention, I find myself stumbling over my words so much in this game. I think it's because I'm doing voices and also trying to read and look down at the iPad and look up at the screen. I apologize if that's annoying. It's annoying to me, so it's definitely annoying to you as well. Oh dear, I'm stumped again. I just know I'll never find a bride of my own if I don't solve this puzzle. I'll spend my golden years alone, with only the smell of cats and ribbon candy to keep me company. I beseech you, Professor, help me solve this puzzle. Of course, puzzle number 103, wood cutouts. We're jumping a little bit farther in the puzzle count. You have a single sheet of balsa wood as shown in the diagram below. Your job is to cut the wood along the dotted lines so that you end up with 4 identical pieces. The pieces may face different directions, but they must be a mirrored version of each other. Go on and get chopping. Alright, so if we cut 4 shapes, they need to be identical. Every single one needs to be identical. The only way we can get that to be somewhat so is if we play with the odd shape we're given. We have an eye section here. So if we cut along here, and straight down the middle, we will end up with, let me change colors for this. This red section here, which looks sort of like the letter C, which is like this red section right here. We also have a section right here that's a letter C, and a section there that's a letter C. Which means we need to cut like this, and straight down the middle. And that will be our solution to get the C shapes that we are after. Balsa wood is also very pliable and not very resistant to cutting, so it could just snap in half, but we'll assume it's a stronger wood. That's right. Once you got the shape of the pieces, it wasn't so difficult. But it wasn't all that easy to find them within the wood, was it? Nope, you need to think about it for a little bit. Oh, happy day. With the puzzle out of my way, I'm confident that no woman will be able to resist me. I'll be bidding my loneliness goodbye before I know it. A bottle will go to Layton. Layton's room will be an absolute mess. For a little while. You needn't worry. I assure you I will find Simon's killer myself. For now, just let me do my job and you go back to your search for the golden apple. The golden apple will be found. I'd like to be left alone for a little while, Professor. I need some time to collect my thoughts. Certainly. Away we will go. Out the door. And there's Ingrid, just the woman we were looking for. Oh, look who it is. Professor Layton, was it? The name's Layton, madam. Oh, that's right, Professor Layton. After that talking about the mansion we did last time got me reminiscing, so I decided to stop by for a visit. But enough about me. By the look on your face, it seems that you had something you wanted to ask me. As a matter of fact, I do. Do you happen to know who Baron Reinhold considered his close friends? His friends, you say? Well, he wasn't exactly what you'd call a social butterfly. I'm sorry. That's all I really know of his friends. Oh, wait a moment. I do believe I saw that Zapone fellow pay a visit to the mansion a few times. Professor, could you be referring to that man we met? Ah yes, that gentleman with the fancy little mustache. We should ask if he knows anything. I'd wager he's still hanging beyond the fork in the road just beyond the clock tower. Zapone! Let's go head over. See if Zapone knows anything. Does this guy know anything, just out of curiosity? Oh no, he's still commenting on Lady Dahlia. Okay. A little bit weird, but that's fine. Do you say anything new? No, he's still talking about the tower. Alright, let's proceed then. Not that way. I'm trying to go to Zapone, which is through the clock tower. And here we are again with the mouse. That cat and mouse seem to get along pretty well, don't they? Do you think so, Luke? I would have guessed the cat was tormenting that poor mouse. But you say the two of them are friends? I believe you. Of course, it has to do with animals. Leave it to me. By the way, Professor, have you heard this one before? Luke telling puzzle number 65. What's E? Mathematically, it's Euler's constant. Why? Or Euler's constant? I don't know. According to the diagram shown here, A is equal to 2, B is equal to 3, C is equal to 3, and D is equal to 4. So what does E equal? Well, actually, I almost said the answer. The answer is E equals 5, if we're going to go ahead and just reveal it here. Not super fun, but yeah, E is equal to 5. You see, I just misspoke. I was gonna say E is equal to what? And then explain the solution to the puzzle, but I just gave it away. It's a bit of a shame. Well done. The number assigned to each letter first, the number of sections that are touching that labeled section. I had a great design to draw it on the board and everything, but I just forget it. Gosh, I was sure I'd come up with a really good puzzle, but it was still too easy, I guess. That's what's E. Hello, little girl. Hee good afternoon, mister. Hey, I'll tell you a secret if you solve this puzzle for me. It's about a girl who's about to have her birthday. Sure, what's it about? Besides puzzle number 66, worth 60 picarats, called Birthday Girl. When asked about her birthday, a young woman gives the following information. The day after tomorrow, I turned 22, but I was still 19 on New Year's Day last year. When is her birthday? Okay. 1-1 last year was a teen. Now, she's 21. But in 2 days, she'll be 22. Okay, isn't that interesting? So, we have, we'll call this year 1, year 2, and year 3 will happen as well. So 19. On New Year's Day last year, she was 19. At the end of year 1, that means she was 20. Here we are in year 2. Year 2, she is 21, which means it has to be after her birthday in year 2. In 2 days, she will be 22. Okay. And you'll notice we need to input month and day. The answer, of course, is she has to be born really, really early in January. And using the numbers that were given, we can tell that the answer is 0102, 0102, or January 2nd, however you choose to say it. January the 2nd of January. That's right, her birthday is January 2nd, and your conversation with her must have taken place on December 31st. As you can see on the chart above, the woman was 19 on New Year's Day last year, and she turned 20 the next day. This year she turned 21, and in 2 days, after the new year starts, she'll turn 22. Great. Okay. Wow, you're smart. Okay, come close. I'll tell you my secret. I heard that all the people who get kidnapped feel a little sick right before they get taken. I bet the monster that lives up in the tower feeds its victims super gross food before it pounces. Ooh, I bet it's like hamburger ice cream with butterscotch and a mayonnaise swirl. Ew. Maybe he just picks the weakest ones to start the bunch. I just don't get why he needs all those people. I don't know why you guys are so comfortable with the fact that people just get eaten. Or taken. Maybe not necessarily eaten, but they get taken. Hello, Zapone. Close friends of the Baron. It's true, I had a pleasure meeting Baron Reinhold a few times. Mr. Zapone, you didn't happen to be good friends with the Baron, did you? Me? Oh no, I was nothing of the sort. Can you think of anyone at all who was close to Baron Reinhold? No, I don't really know him. Well, there was that one possibility. Wait, nah, never mind, I'm not sure. I guess Zapone can't really tell us much of anything. Yes, I'm afraid he was of no help at all. I suppose that means we're back to where we started. But at least we can be sure that this close friend we're after is a resident of St. Mystere. We mustn't give up, Luke. Let's continue to ask around. Ask around the town. That is our next task. So we have to chat with some people. Not being a member of a high society myself, never so much as had a conversation with Baron Reinhold. Now, Sonny, as much as I like to keep chatting, I'm awfully tired. I think I need to go lie down. Are you feeling unwell, sir? I'm just plumb exhausted lately. Been that awful noise coming from the tower, you see. It's gotten so loud I can't sleep a wink at night. Do you know what's causing the noise? It's just a rumor. I hear that every time that sound rips through St. Mystere, someone disappears. To say the ones that go missing who've been talking about feeling weird. Those who disappear are back before you know it. It's probably just a load of poppycock. Whenever the noise sounds, someone disappears. Interesting. Do you think the peculiar sound has anything to do with that strange man who abducted Ramon? It's certainly a possibility, isn't it? Why would he release his victims after going through the trouble of kidnapping them? Good question. Let's pick up this right here. Professor, there's something on the ground here. You're right. It appears to be a scrap of paper. Will you check if there's anything written on it? Sure thing. Let's see here. The boss complimented my latest model lately. He's a good guy, and he's given me a new sense of purpose. I'm sure this is my true calling. I want to perfect my skills so I can repay the man for his generosity. It sounds a great deal like a journal entry, doesn't it? Judging by how the writer uses the term the boss, I imagine he was under the employ of the Baron. I've constructed models to fit every situation, just like the boss asked me to do. I gotta smile when I see how interested he is in them. That's the end of the entry. Suppose this person made some sort of model for a living? Definitely a possibility. Northern Hill has nobody. Here we are. You there. Do you mean me, good sir? Yep, you. This flower vase is yours, right? I'll be keeping it nice and safe for you. I've never seen that vase in my life. I've never seen anyone just forget something like this while shopping. You're a vase space case. Har har har. I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken. I've never seen that vase before in my life. What? This fancy vase doesn't belong to you? So why'd that guy tell me to give this to you? What does this man look like? Well, my hat has a way of obscuring certain details from me. It's the worst, I tell you. Har har har. But back to the issue at hand. This Mystere wasn't a regular around here, that's for sure. Don't sweat it though. I'll just give it back to the guy next time I see him. So speaking of flower vases, I know puzzle I bet you like. That's not a hard one or anything, but it's the least I can do for bothering you about the vase. We're about to start puzzle number 70, the Shattered Vase. But ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to let you guys know, if you didn't see why I moved into portrait mode randomly there, well, there was actually a mysterious guy standing in a doorway. Very interesting. This puzzle says someone knocked over this fabulous vase and shattered it. Fit the pieces together and restore the vase to its original shape. There's one catch though. Mix in with the pieces as a single piece from a different vase. So we need to, of course, locate the one that is not necessary. I think the easiest way to do this is to cross out the ones that are 100% necessary, which you can do pretty easily if you just go through and check off all of the unique ones. When it comes down to it, though, you'll need to match up shapes with each other, and we can see that this shape and this shape mesh together. This one does not, which means this is our... Oh, we can just assemble the vase. Well, I guess if you want to do it that way, certainly. Do these pieces rotate at all? It does not appear that they do. They seriously don't rotate? Oh, they do. Do they not rotate? No, they rotate. I don't think they rotate. I know they don't rotate. Okay. Well, let's just keep assembling this vase. A vase space case, as it were. This one goes right here, and that one right there. Which leaves that piece in the upper right, the one that I circled, as the piece that is unnecessary. There we go. Good job. Repairing the vase wasn't much of a challenge, was it? Oh, if only fixing things in real life were this simple. You got a good head on your shoulders. I'm impressed. By the way, you sure don't want to take some fresh sausage home with you? Believe me, these are some links you don't want to be missing. Har har. No thank you. We're just fine. Too bad. Not to bust your chops or anything, but that deal was a one-time offer. Maybe if you had said yes, you'd know what was at stake. Har 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 har. I think we're done here, Luke. I couldn't agree more, Professor. Okay, that was a lovely little exchange. What is this on the ground? What kind of lout just throws this trash on the ground? I'm going to pick it up. It's an old newspaper. Honestly, you'd think that everyone would know that this trash goes in the Wait a second, you have to come look at this article. Well, would you look at that? It seems to be Inspector Chelmy. Haha, look at that. Chelmy hailed as brilliant detective and devoted husband. Chelmy hailed as brilliant detective and devoted husband. Chelmy celebrated each success case with his favorite treat, his wife's sweet potato fritters. Wow, who saw that one coming? So gruff that I never imagined he had a soft side like that. Haha, just look at that old Grump grinning over his plate of sweet potato fritters. I knew he was fussing over nothing when he said he hated sweets back at Reinhold Manor. That's right, Luke. He did say that. How very curious. Inspector Chelmier's added to the list of mysteries. A very important mystery, of course. So is it true what I'm hearing about the two of you? I really run around town in search of the Reinhold fortune. That's correct, sir. Currently we're in search of a close friend of Baron Reinhold. We believe he has entrusted this friend with a very important note. Gracious, that's quite the search you have on your hands. Oh, excuse me. My name is Archibald the Baron and I were great friends. Thick as thieves. We used to have the most amazing conversations late into the night. Think that perhaps I'm the one you're searching for? Yes, I think so. With luck that after all the searching, we should bump into you in a place like this. I have one question. Do you recall ever receiving a small note or written message from the Baron? No, I don't remember anything of sort from Gus. But he did give me a fine desk that once belonged to him. It's at home. Maybe it holds some kind of clue. The Baron's desk, you say? Excellent. Would you like to come over to my house and take a look at it? You are most gracious. If you'd be kind enough to allow us to look at that, we would be grateful. I'm sure Gus wouldn't mind if two fine puzzle lovers such as yourselves looked over his desk. Actually, let me impart a few pearls of wisdom on you while I got your attention. Focusing on your case is all well and good. If you don't solve some puzzles, you'll be sorry later. Just make an effort to find puzzles around town and just solve the ones you can. Take it from this old timer. It's good to stop and smell the puzzles sometimes. Alright, I'll get off my high horse now. Let's head over to my house. Follow me. This is Gus's old desk. Take all the time you need to examine it. Splendid. Luke, let's get right to it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in Archibald's home. And in the next episode of Let's Play Professor Layton and the Curious Village, we will examine Baron Reinhold's desk and hopefully find the clue that we're looking for. That's going to be all for now, so I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends on my channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me, and you my videos around, and I'll catch you guys back here next time for my next video. Until then, as always, take care.